What's up, CY? What's up, Jack? Listen, we have a couple of announcements for you. May the 3rd, we have baptism. Come and celebrate with us online. Guys, we have youth getting baptized, and we also have YACS students getting baptized. We're so excited. Remember, Fresh Start class is going to be May the 7th, and it's going to be at 7:30. If you know that you want to get baptized, that is the class to take to get started, okay, guys? And then we also have connection class. If you want a little bit more about that information, let your mentor know. If you know of somebody that wants to join a small group, if you know that you have a cousin or a friend that hasn't gotten connected to a small group yet, online small group, text this number at 682-304-0170. Listen, get them connected to a small group. And also, if you haven't yet, follow us online. We have been doing so many things, cool things for the community. And Yak and CY have been helping. We've been in there giving back to the community with the food pantry, bringing in food materials. So if you want to get connected with that as well, join us online. Thank you, guys.
So guys, before we even get started, I would like for you guys to go get a notebook, a piece of paper, a pen, whatever to take notes. Even if it's your cell phone, doesn't even matter. But while you're getting those items, I want you to watch this video, things that we have been doing here in CAFE this week.
There is nothing, I mean nothing, listen, there is nothing that could separate you from God's love. And I don't care how bad the situation is or how long you've been distant from God, but the prodigal son acknowledged that his mistakes were wrong and made a decision to go back to his father's house.
We have been talking in this series about things that affect, make us sick, harm, pollute, and even damage our hearts. And we have already learned the importance of not holding grudges or holding things in our hearts that could bring bad consequences or devastating consequences to not only ourselves, but the people that we love as well. Man, this series that we've been speaking about, Attacks of the Heart, has been an amazing, tremendous series. We had Pastor Alice give us a word. We had my amazing wife give us a word, Pastor Liz, and of course myself. And man, this is the last preaching of this series, but we're gonna finish this strong and it's gonna be amazing. So our hearts was given to us and put in us by God. He designed every single one of our hearts to be special and be specific. He also gave us our hearts to love, to be loved, to love the kingdom, to love our families, to love our friends, and even to love strangers. So one thing that we do that limits ourselves to exercise our hearts and to love God is whenever we don't give access to people that want to love us. Don't give access to people that God put in our place or put in our way to love us and to give us hope and to give us whatever He is willing to give us. So what we do is we shut those people out. We push those people out. We push them out of our way because we don't want to get hurt. And so we start putting barricades in front of our hearts, and we start just exiling ourselves from anybody to feel any type of love or any type of feeling. And the thing that's worse than all this, when we put ourselves in that exile, we give the minimum to ourselves. We don't try to make ourselves better. We don't love ourselves the most that we're supposed to be loving ourselves. We give us enough to survive. And that's why God's putting those people in front of us that will give us a little bit more and show us how to love ourselves a little bit more. So the pressure of our hearts can sometimes also lead us into a harmful and toxic behavior that leads us to affect those around us. For example, if a woman was abused or betrayed by her loved one, she's probably going to go up to her daughter and tell her daughter, hey, you don't need to put up with any man. You don't need to put up with his stuff. You don't need to put up with anything he says, and you don't need a man in your life. You can be independent. Or vice versa, a man that was hurt by a woman he will tell his son, you don't depend on any woman. You don't depend on them being faithful or anything. You worry about yourselves. And even though their intentions might be great, what they don't understand what they're doing is that they're derailing the development of that child, and they're contaminating that child with what they have already experienced. And if we read Matthew 12:34, it says this, for whatever is in your heart determines what you say. For whatever is in your heart determines what you say. And you might think, man, that is true. But that's not even the most important part. If we read a little bit after that, in verse 35, 37, it says, a good person produces good things from the treasury of a good heart. And an evil person produces evil things from a treasury of an evil heart. And I tell you this, you must give an account on judgment day for every idle word you speak. The words you say will either acquit you or condemn you. What is this teaching us? This teaching us that whatever our heart is polluted, intoxicated, full of pain, and it will just produce wounds. These wounds and bad experiences can end up imprisoning us in our own hearts. And if we do not release it so that God can operate in it, we will end up affecting those around us and those people that we love as well. We see that an injured person hurts another person. A broke person breaks a person. A toxicated person intoxicates another person. And the destroyed person will destroy another person. Why is it like this? It's because whatever is in us is what we give. Whatever is in that person's heart, that's what he's going to deliver. If he has evil in his heart, he's going to give evil. But if he has good in his heart, he's going to give good. But if we read in Hebrews, there's something there that might be able to help us out. So in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14, 15, it says this, work at living in peace with everyone, and work at living a holy life. For those who are not holy will not see the Lord. Look after each other, so that none of you fails to receive the grace of God. Watch out that no poisonous roots of bitterness grows up and troubles you, corrupting many. What is this telling us? What is this telling us? This is telling us that we are all here to live in peace, that we should try to live in peace, that we should love one another, that we should care for one another, that we should build one another. And the best way to fight negativity, or the best way to fight anybody that's hating on us, or talking about us, or rejecting us, is showing them love. Because the opposite of hate is love. The opposite of fear is safe. The opposite of hurt is healing. And the opposite of evil is good. This is not telling us to only be peaceful with the people that we know. This is telling us to be peaceful with all. Not only in the people in the church, not only my close circle, my best friends, my good friends, whatnot. This is telling us to be peaceful with all humanity. That we should go out there and show love to one another. That we should go out there and show love to the people that don't like speaking to us, or don't want to talk to us, or tries to bully us. That we got to show them love. So we've been doing a movement here in CAFE, which is called Por Uno Más. In English, it's called For One More. And in this movement that we're doing, we're focusing on that one more person, gaining one more person, winning one more person, showing love to one more person, giving food to one more person, giving the opportunity to know Christ to one more person, the opportunity to save one more soul. We're doing everything for one more, every single day. And the only way we can have this mentality, and we could change the culture of selfishness and focus on getting one more, is to let God, give God our hearts, let him restore it, let him build it, let him do what he needs to do in our hearts in order for us to fulfill what he wants us to do, and to be fulfilling in our lives. And the problem is that under pressure, and when we're hurt and we have wounds, we try to find solutions on ourselves, and we try to find solutions that only we could take care of, or that we think it's only going to be us. But it doesn't work that way. what happens is that we start getting deeper and deeper and deeper in that hole, deeper in that hate, deeper in that pain, deeper in that wound. And we don't focus on, man, let me find the easier way out. And the easiest way out that we can say is, God, please take this all. Take this out of my hands. Take this out of my power. Let this be you. Because I promise you, we try to do anything out of our own hands and we try to do anything out of our own power, we're just going to make everything else worse. So now you might be asking yourself, man, how do I heal my heart? How do I get what you're trying to tell me? How do I get what you're trying to tell me? I'm going to leave it simple. I'm going to leave it easy. Just give it all to God. Give everything you have to God. It's that simple. Because the moment you give everything to God, the moment you let him work, the moment you let him do what he needs to do, you're giving him the control of letting him reinforce your heart with love. You're giving him the opportunity to heal your heart at 100% if it's in pain or if it's been shattered. You're letting him liberate you from the enemy's territory and from the enemy's background. When we liberate and restore to heal our hearts, we become receptive to the direction of what God wants us to do. And we start becoming free. And when somebody is free, they don't hurt. Because a free person does not break, but they build. Because a free person does not hate, they love. Because a free person sees somebody in need and they go out to help. A free person does not cause any type of harm, they restore. And a free person does not bind, but they love. And they will show love. And they will build up whoever needs help. And they will stand up for the weak. And they will help the poor. If you want to be set free from your past, from any hurt, from any pain, from any hatred, if you want God to move in ways that you never thought he would be moved before in your life, I want you to do this prayer with me. And I just want you to focus right there where you at to do this prayer with me. Say from the heart. Open your mouth and just talk to God at that moment. Because the moment you open your mouth and the moment you just let God move, he's going to hear you, he's going to feel you. He's going to say, man, he's looking for me. So just right there where you at, just close your eyes. Just say, God, I want to be set free. I want you in my life. I want to be loved by you. I want my heart to be healed. I want my pain to go away. I want my anger to go away. I want the hate that I feel to go away. I want you to take all of it and do what your will in my life. Please forgive me for the sins I have committed. I want you to do what you need to do. I want you to just be the way in my life. And I pray this all in your name. Amen. And if you have made this prayer, where you are at, in the comment section, right there, just say me. That's all you gotta type is me, M-E, and press that send button, press that comment button, and send that out. Because the thing is, we want to know who you are, and we want you to know that you're not alone. You are not alone. We are all human here. We all have felt pain. We all have felt hate. We all have felt discouragedness. And especially in this time right now, we need each other more than any other time. We need to be connected more than any other time. So in that moment right there, just type me. And somebody's going to get connected with you. Somebody's going to want to speak with you. I personally will message you myself just so we can speak and you know that you have somebody here that can talk to you. So right there, just type in me, M-E, and press that send button because we will love to get connected with you. Guys, this is the end of this series, but this is not the end of everything else. This time is hard. This is going to be a hard time with all this pandemic happening. It's hard, but we got one another. So I love you guys. I can't wait to speak to you guys pretty soon. I hope you guys get connected next Sunday, and we will see you. God bless.